before, Jeremy, make sure you're recording full screen of Discord, just so
Yeah,
it's
I am.
easier. I was making sure. The last time I was making sure.
Bro, I'm a gut you like a fish.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the hell? For what,
Type
man?
shit. All right,
All right, sure, man. Go for it.
all right, we're good.
Hi, my name is Megaverse. I was a competitive player for Mega Strikers. I was the first person to hit Omega in the beta of Omega Strikers, where I streamed the game. I was noted for bringing Kai Goalie into the meta. And today I'm here to talk about why I think Omega Strikers died.
Thank you for joining us. It's honestly a pleasure. I know we were friends outside of this, but it's still really nice you came out for the interview, especially since you were literally the first guy. So that's a huge honor as it is.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, and this is where I ask.
This is where you.
Like,
yeah, we're not gonna actually
around?
like ask you. We're gonna ask you like it's gonna be like, on the screen type shit. You know what I
do I
mean?
have to do this in one take?
You take the meditation you want. We'll have an editor for this shit, bro.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, do one of you just want to like say the question out loud?
I can read it.
You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I got it. All right. So what got you into Omega Strikers, and why did you stick around?
So for me, I can't remember who it is exactly. It was one of my old friends. I used to play a game called Spellbreak. One of my old Spellbreak friends sent me this link to a beta game. It was like this really sketchy link. They're like, click here, sign up. It was a guy I hadn't talked to in months, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get hacked. But I wish I could remember who it was. But I eventually did it after he convinced me he hadn't gotten hacked. I clicked this really sketchy link, and I got invited to this Steam code of this really, really run down early access pre-alpha game with so many just polygons all over the place.
Yes.
And we played, I think, that day for like 6 hours. And it was some of the most fun I'd had since Spellbreak has shut down. And I don't know how long that test lasted for. I think it was only a couple of weeks before they stopped and then came back up a bit later. But for those 2 weeks, I think we played like 8 hours a day. That pre-alpha Omega Strikers was some of the most fun I've ever had gaming.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
That's valid as hell. I mean, so you were literally there back when there was no, like, you'd see like a giant triangle flying down from the sky, from Luna, yeah? Like,
Lunar rockets didn't have textures, so they went through like a few iterations of no texture lunar rockets, and there was one that was literally basically invisible. While it was flying, you couldn't tell the difference between it and the ground, and so you would just be like, fuck, did I just get hit by?
that is absolutely insane. Like, I've only seen clips of that. I wasn't that into the game when it was in that stage, of course, but I've seen clips like, how do you play this? Like, you can't even tell what's happening.
And that's what made it kind of fun. You knew that getting in this early into a game, you would grow with the game as much as the game like grew with you, you know?
Right. It's actually like that founder sense.
Yeah, it felt like I had stumbled upon a diamond in the rough.
I totally get that.
Had you playtested any games before you playtested Omega Strikers?
Yeah, so I playtested Spellbreak for a bit. That was a couple of years prior to that. Before that, I did a bit of Realm Royale testing. What other games can I think of? Blood Hunt. That was a VR. Tested that one.
Missed that game.
I tested a few games. I like playing indie games a lot. I feel like they have a lot more soul than the AAA games that come out.
It's definitely valid.
Yeah.
Okay, so how would you sell the game to someone today? I don't know if you still play that much, but do you think there's a world where the game could become active again on a larger scale? Because LANs are pretty popular, right?
So recently I stopped playing competitive Omega Strikers. I've been playing for a long time. It felt like a good time to move on, get a job, you know?
Get that.
But I still play the game casually. I'll play it for 1 or 2 hours a night playing norms. I think if you are looking for a game where you're rewarded for improving, that is Omega Strikers for you. I don't think I've ever played a game where getting better is as satisfying as Omega Strikers. The game completely changes the better you get.
That's valid. That's very valid. I mean, you can notice it just playing through like the low rank ladders, right? Like the difference between passing and being able to win strike wars and just stuff it in the goal becomes absolutely asinine as you keep going up.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. The game completely changes. It feels a lot really fresh. I get people getting burnt out once they reach those higher levels.
Right.
I felt that too. But I think if you're looking for a new game to get into, it'll take you a while to get to that stage, and I think you'll have a lot of fun playing Omega Strikers. I can definitely see the game coming back if they continue to update it. Even I know XDME, one of the only people still left developing the game. He's doing his best with the small team he has, and even then, every time there's a patch, the player base comes back for a tiny bit.
Okay.
I think if they somehow got more funding, came back to the game, I think easily there'd be a scene again.
So a little bit of an off tangent. Have you ever played Bite Breakers? The new one they're doing?
So you're talking about game? Have you tested? Yeah, I tested Bite Breakers. And it was. So I'm not the best at platform fighters. It's not something I've played a lot of. I've played a bit of Rivals of Aether, but
Okay, yeah.
outside of that, I'm not very good at any of them. So I can't talk to you about how competitive Bite Breakers can be, but for the casual player base and for a game that early in development, it doesn't scratch the same itch as me, just because it's a platformer. But it was still a lot of fun.
Okay. That's valid. I didn't get the. I got invited to the beta. I haven't played it yet because people have been telling me it's not that great, but I don't know.
It's really chaotic. It's really chaotic.
It's hard to tell what's happening more so than Omega Strikers when you first start.
It definitely is. I think Audi has taken an approach where they're like, if we do too much, because when I picture Omega Strikers and why a reason it might have failed is because there's not enough depth in the game. There's not enough mechanics in the game for people at those lower skills to feel like I can keep improving beyond what I'm currently at. Because you're just like, it's not like League of Legends where you're like, okay, now I can get better at jungle pathing, you know, I can learn how to roam on support. It's not like that. You're just like, what do? I just get better at shooting the ball, passing the ball. It can sound a bit boring, which it's not, but it can sound a bit boring. So I think with Bite Breakers, they're taking the approach where let's shove all of these mechanics in. Let's have too much to know how to do, and then we can cut it down and like ice sculptures, you know, shave it down to that final form.
Almost fine tune when they realize people actually like and enjoy doing, right? Okay. So there was a video by Akshan Esports. They talked about the devs. They talked with the devs rather, and they mentioned that they were overambitious for their budget, and that the game just had that MOBA stink because of the type of game it was. Do you agree with that? And if not, what do you really think it was? You kind of touched on it a little bit, but
overambitious for their budget always struck me as a bit odd. Because I'm pretty sure, didn't they have like $20 million?
They had a pretty good budget for
game.
From my understanding, yes, they did.
And I'm not shit talking to devs here. Hey, I love your game, but Omega Striker should not have taken $20 million to develop. Let's be clear. You are not. The game's not exactly the hardest to run.
My speculation is the lot that went to the Switch licensing with Nintendo. That's my biggest speculation.
That's fair. I found that out playing coming from Spellbreak and Omega Strikers. Both of those games that are my two most played games, and they both launched on all platforms. Which I think if you're an indie developer, that is a huge mistake. Not only does it cost way more, and if it's a competitive multiplayer game like these two were, you're not going to get updates out fast. You need to run them by every single platform. For an early competitive game, you can't do that. You need fast updates, especially when you go from beta where you have a player base of 2,000 maybe to launching and getting 10, 20 times that for first day. And you need to be able to adjust what the people are figuring out. And you can't do that if you launch on all platforms.
Right.
So I think if they had just launched on PC as their first one, it would have saved them a lot of money. They could have developed the game a lot faster. They would have had to focus on spending money on hiring divisions to talk to Sony, talk to Microsoft, talk to Nintendo.
Like after they got the game rolling already.
Yeah, I think if I could go back in time, I'd run into the office and I'd go, invest in GameStop. Don't launch on all platforms.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
I mean,
invest in GameStop.
Literally, when I heard about that, Jamie to the moon, by the way. But when I heard about that, I was kind of surprised when they said they were a mobile game and on Switch. I'm like, that's like unprecedented for an indie game. Yeah, I know. Like,
I don't know. I don't know if anybody.
Mobile too, man.
It is.
It's so bad.
And it's cross-play between all of them, right? Like, you can play with PC players on mobile. And I feel like that's, one, the competitive integrity is terrible there, because, let's be honest, it's hard for phone games to keep up with PC most often, unless you're like a high-level phone player, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was really surprising to hear that in this interview. I was like, well, there's no way. There is no way this is a thing.
It's so hard. I don't know if you've tried to play it. It is so difficult to play this game on mobile.
I believe it, man. It's hard to play on PC.
Yeah. Sorry, I like to go on tangents a lot. I apologize.
No, you're quite all right,
man. You're good.
Quite all right. So.
Okay.
As
Oh, sorry, Jimmy.
Go ahead. No,
one thing I did want to, I guess, like touch on more was the MOBA stink, kind of like, thing that they kind of attached to it, that does attach to it in the video. Do you have any like further thoughts on that at all? Like, do you think it was too, they marketed like too close to League of Legends? Because obviously they had a bunch of League of Legends devs working on League of Legends devs or Riot Games devs on the game. Do you think that it was too attached to that idea with the characters and abilities and all that, or?
I think so. They definitely marketed it as like a MOBA offshoot, but it's really not. I'd understand if they marketed it as like a hero shooter, that type of stuff offshoot, but because I don't think necessarily having characters that have abilities directly correlates to MOBAs. You have other game types that do that as well. Then outside of them both sharing that one trope, it's not like a MOBA at all, right? You're not going for an economy. Yeah, no, it's not at all. I think that was a mistake, but you're as you said, they'd come from a League of Legends background, tying themselves like, hey, we were the old league devs, like the nostalgia for the League players. Hey, we are the people who made your favorite version of League. We've made this new MOBA. Come play it. It definitely got those players to come in. But I think misleading those players just drives them out faster, and they won't come back.
I agree with that sentiment because, I mean, literally looking at the first 2 months of release, like they get 10,000, 20,000 players in, right? And then the next month, boom, gone. Like almost all of them gone. It was insane to look at in Steam charts.
Yeah, no, it was a hit. Well, what surprised me actually was it was a hit in the TFT scene. Really? Almost every TFT streamer could be caught playing because their TFT queues would be really long once they're in like Grandmaster Challenger. That they would play Omega Striker, like a full Omega Strikers game, while in queue for TFT.
That's kind of smart.
So yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I got to meet those guys.
Hafu and I believe it's Lily Pichu. I don't know if she plays TFT, but I remember Scara at one point too.
Those were the I believe those people, at least at one point in time, I know Hafu stayed. Hafu was the GOAT. She really fostered the competitive community. Most of those people were just sponsored to play the game and play in the content creator tournament.
Right.
Which I don't think they should have done that. I agree that the sponsored streams are good. I don't think they needed to do these sponsored tournaments. I think instead, if they had sponsored just an actual competitive tournament and labeled the game more so towards competitive play, like monthly $5,000 tournaments, you draw in a lot more people, and those people who are currently playing casually would stay to play competitively, and you would grow your own. You would grow your own player base. But having a streamer tournament where they donate to charity is a good cause. Doesn't help your community at all.
Yeah, that's an interesting take, honestly. From what I hear, the sentiment is that people liked the community event with the streamers because they brought in people and gave them like a reason to grind, I guess. But You're absolutely
So
right. It didn't really foster the scene.
no, I know the event you're talking about. You came in, you selected your streamer. If you won, you got like 2 points or something. If you lost, you got like 1 point.
Mhm.
And I that fantastic. I love that. That brought people in. But then you didn't give them a reason to stay. As soon as that event's over, why should they stay?
There
And
was
what
nothing.
did they get out of it? They didn't get anything out of it.
They got a skin or like a banner, right? Like that's it.
Yeah, they
Oh,
got emotes.
bro.
No, it's just emotes for the first one, I
Yeah,
think.
sure. There, it was just much the first one.
But yeah, I think go back in time, foster that competitive environment a bit more. I'm a bit biased though. I was very competitive at that
No,
point.
that's fine. I mean, if they wanted to keep, I mean, that's the niche that's still living today, right? In lands, like going and playing competitively, competing in these tournaments that are, I don't even feel like actually hosted by Audi. Like these are just crap fan hosted kind
Oh,
of thing.
not. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
like,
still have fan hosted lands. I just went to New York a few
right.
months ago.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
was a blast.
I mean, that's why I was like, if they actually fostered the scene, it probably could be a lot bigger because the fans alone are carrying it as it is. Like I
Yeah.
heard it's like not even like a small event. Like it's a couple thousand, if I'm hearing that correctly.
The land was definitely not a couple thousand,
Couple
but
hundred.
it was definitely a couple hundred.
Okay, I'm not sure. I don't know. I can't remember if it was a couple thousand or a couple hundred. It was, it was a number. It was a
I
number.
wish it was a couple thousand.
That'd be
Holy,
lit. That'd be lit.
that would be lit. Okay, should we move on to the next one?
Yep. I
Yeah.
think I only have two more for you. So I don't know if you were the first number one ranked player, but you're definitely the first Omega. So it's technically yes. Technically yes. Yeah.
I was the first North American Omega ranked player. I was number one in North America for almost the entire first couple of weeks of beta.
Yeah. I do remember seeing your name at the top of that leaderboard.
Yeah, and then I was swapping between first and second with Balu and for the world over in Europe.
Okay. So as this first North American number one player, how would you describe your experience with the community and the game?
So I was in a really unique position because this game came out, I streamed it,
Mhm.
and my stream blew up. I think I peaked an organic stream of 2,000 viewers at one point.
Wow.
Yeah, because I grinded early. I had TTV in my name, and then all these streamers coming in, especially Hafu, who hosted me a lot, rated me. They would raid me off the leaderboard when they end their stream. So I blew up, which changed my view on the community a lot. For me, it kind of turned me against the community members a lot. I went from just enjoying this game to being like, okay, I now need to keep doing better to make this thing work that I'm currently doing that I want to do. And I spiraled out. And it kind of made me a bit bitter towards the community. Nothing that they did, just me being immature and younger. But for me, the Omega Strikers community, for my position, was really toxic, kind of. It was always, no matter if I beat them, no matter like how many times I would win against somebody, they wouldn't say anything. But anytime I would lose, I would get shit talked constantly because I was in a high position in the community.
Yep.
And so that really took a toll on me. And it made me, even to this day, I don't really like the Omega Strikers community that much. Enjoy the people who run the scene for the comp community. They're nice. They were always nice to me. I enjoy the members of Bad Boys that I hang out with, but I don't talk to people in the community outside of that. I think the Omega Strikers community is one of the worst parts of the game.
You know, I can't say I'm surprised since they're the most League of Legends players. So, you know,
Yeah.
it really adds up there. But I didn't really see much of that lens, but it is interesting to hear that they slighted you for being good, which is very strange. I never understood that phenomenon.
That's not just something that happens to me. The Omega Strikers community it's really focused on how you place. If you're a worse player, you're gonna get shit talked by the better players, and if you're a better player, then you need to be able to ignore hate you're gonna get from the lower players. It's just it's really toxic. It's a really toxic community. The casual community, love them. They're really nice people. I enjoy them. The competitive community, very very toxic.
Hit up with a standings check.
Would you would you say that not only just you, because obviously you were number one at the time, but also like people kind of like around you, like someone like Vaughn, for example, would they also get like some heat if they lost to whoever and they get Discord or something?
Yeah, no, that happens all the time to Vaughn, even to this day. If Vaughn loses to your mom Slayer 69, he's gonna get pinged in the Discord. Vaughn is they call him basically the father of the scene right now. He's definitely like the head honcho in the community, and I respect the way he takes it. It made me crumble when I was the head honcho for a couple weeks. He's taking it like a champ. He still gets pinged. I see him getting pinged. And yeah, that broke me. Doesn't break him. Mad respect to Vaughn.
So outside Vaughn, do you interact with all the other high-level players, and do they kind of treat you the same way, or are you guys more like chill with each other?
So I'm chill with most of the. How do I describe this? I'm chill with a lot of the higher ranking players. So you have your top two teams really, which were Demons, Raw, and Sad Boys. I love all those guys. Those are my guys. And then I played on a team the last season called Showtime, which features Huss and Shianzu and Barcode. Love those guys. We're all friends outside the game. It's actually Huss's birthday today. Happy birthday, Huss!
Shout out.
Happy birthday.
So I'm definitely friends with those guys, but not really friends with other people who are high elo. I'm friendly, but I wouldn't call them friends.
Right.
And then there's some high elo players. It's very cliquey, It's very cliquey.
Makes sense.
But I just don't interact with them at all.
Oh, yeah, that's valid. I was just curious because the way you described it, it seems like there's like a clear divide between like the casual, the competitive, and then the top of the ladder where it all just breaks apart. Okay.
So if you're a casual player, you're kind of ignorant to like anything going on in the competitive scene, and you're gonna enjoy playing the game a lot and getting better. And I think that's like the golden stage, getting better, and then you're gonna want to keep getting better. So you may join like a couple of discords, like learning how to get better, and even then they'll be really nice to you as a person trying to get into comp. And so that's like where it kind of starts dropping off. Once you go higher than that and you start entering like your first tournaments, if you don't provide results, people are going to start looking down on you negatively, really. And then if you're like, how do I describe it? If you're like NASA level, which would be, how do I describe it for like League of Legends terms? It would be like collegiate level, maybe tourneys and stuff like that. Even in solo queue, the people who are at the top will flame you if you make mistakes and stuff. Expect you to do better.
Right.
But I mean, they're still learning. I don't think they should get flamed like that, but it's just the way the scene is. It's
not very
really bad
promoting, right? Like
no.
When you step into it at first, like okay, it's kind of cool and promoting, but then once you start actually competing, it's like, all right, now it's hostile.
Yeah, it's a very hostile community. I agree with that.
Okay. Well,
do you just one more question, I guess, on this topic. Do you think the devs or the community managers or anyone could have done something to make it not so toxic, or do you think it was just gonna always end up this way?
I mean, these are private discords, right? All these competitive discords are private. Game developers can't do anything about that. If they had taken, like I said, maybe if they had taken the reins of the competitive community at the very start, maybe they could do something like that, like the way that Nintendo has reins over their competitive community. But since they took a step back, shout out Pokemon Unite, Mr. Mind Mains, where you at? But since they took a step back, now there's nothing they can do. That's all player sided.
Gotcha.
That's valid. So we'll end up on a positive note because community.
Yeah, sorry for being a downer.
No, it's okay.
Good,
no. The truth is what matters, right? Like if that's how it was, it's how it was, man. It's fucked up, but it is what it is.
And I'm sure other people have different different views on it, different experiences. But that was my experience playing this. Playing Megaverse.
Which is insane. You think people respecting the first #1 guy more? Whatever. It's all good. It's all good. So, to end it off, what's your favorite memory, aspect, or story about this game? Like, what is that moment that always sticks with you?
My favorite memory. I have a few. For me, one of the best memories will always be winning that first tournament with Griffin and well, I guess it would be our second tournament. It would be with Griffin and Lazy on Laughing Kings. We'd beat Orbit, who were one of the top teams. We'd beaten Sad Boys as well, but that didn't have. Vaughn was on vacation. I don't count that really.
Okay.
But we had beaten Orbit, and I don't think I've ever screamed as loud in my life in celebration. I love that. And then outside of that, it would be like I'd be at school. I think it was my final year of high school. And I'd get the notification on Discord on my phone, "Hey, we're having a test today." Back in the alpha. And my friend Connor, he would message me, "We're gaming tonight," and it would make my day. Those days back then where I'd get off of school and we would spend 7-8 hours going well into the morning playing OS it's nostalgic. It's very nostalgic. I miss those a lot.
The glory days.
Yeah.
If only we can go back.
Yeah, I think those are my best memories in this game.
Well, thank you for your time.
Honestly. Yeah, thank you. Seriously.
Gave us time of day. So
yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey, anytime, man.
I apologize for rambling a lot.
No, it's fine.
No, you're good, man. It was interesting to hear this, honestly.
I would rather you talk too much than not enough, right? So.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. I hope you got what you needed. I hope you can cut it down to a reasonable time.